face. I got kicked in. I got kicked in the gut. I got kicked in the gut very early on in this business. I was having failure. I was feeling rejection. I also had a lack of knowledge of the business. I had no plan. I had no understanding of a plan. And then it all changed. It all changed when I started quickly surrendering to the process, ready to learning the nuts and bolts of the business. I needed to develop myself. I needed to get positive thoughts in my head. I needed to have knowledge of the business in order to lead a team, which I wanted to do. But like everything in life, folks, nobody starts out doing something and sees huge amounts of gratitude or success. It's the people that get knocked down, that get up the fastest, that want it more, right? That separate themselves from the average people in this business or any business for that matter. I'm on this call today to tell everybody on this call, we all have the same advantage, the same potential to become great and bring greatness into our lives for ourselves, our family, and our teams. And it all starts when you develop yourself, when you want to put the effort in to immerse yourself to this opportunity. I tell people, if you don't have a big list, if you didn't spend 1 or 2 hours putting the pen to the paper, you're not in business. You'll never succeed. You have no shot of winning. Like you hear on the trainings, you hear Kirk Coran say, that's your inventory. That's your living document. And then the list of goals. What are your goals, right? If everybody on this call had a goal and wrote it down, they were going to go out and get 10 customers by tomorrow at midnight. Everyone would achieve that goal because you're holding yourself accountable. Without these time-sensitive goals, we have nothing to gauge ourselves, right? So at the end of the day, your major key to your success starts with you, making yourself better. I chose to be more disciplined. I chose to be stronger. I chose to be more consistent with activities every day, simply chopping every day. I chose not to let the no's bother me, knowing there was a yes coming. And then I chose to find people that have the same commitment that I do. And that's where it all starts. It starts with each and every one of us as individuals, right? Making yourself a high value in the marketplace, in your marketplace, in the marketplace of Think Energy. I'm watching many people now that were plugging into all the Zooms, all the trainings, all the calls, but weren't really moving the dial. And that's because they didn't have the confidence. They believed in the concept. They believed there's a lot of money to be made here. They didn't know how to get started. And it starts with you. It starts with you getting dirt underneath your fingernails, going out and getting those customers, right? Educating people, right? Asking people for help when you know you're really helping them. It's about your delivery. It's about your posture. It's about your confidence. Nobody wants to follow somebody that sends vibrations of weakness. Nobody. So Julius, I was listening to Jim Rohn this morning for about a good 45 minutes. I do that every morning. And that's where it all started with me, the personal development, number one. Number two, surrendering to the simple process that we have in place. If you notice, every top leader in this business, and there's many of them on this call, it's the same language. It's the same duplication process the same language, pique people's curiosity. Don't let the cat out of the bag. Don't waste your time explaining this business. Simply share a 9-minute video. Get someone on your team to support that call. That shows the simplicity of the business. We try to undercut that process. It's not going to work all the time. You're going to have sometimes somebody that don't want to get on a 3-way call. That's okay. That's okay, right? Feed your mind with positivity. Feed your mind with knowledge, and have that high level of energy, that vibration that people will sense to understand why you're so excited. Your heart, right? Your heart. It's your heart and your passion will come through in every conversation you have with somebody. So understand, please understand, this is not a lottery ticket. This is not a wishing well, hope. People say to me, I hope. Oh, I hope this person signs up. Oh, I hope I get this person going. Nah, hope's a lottery ticket, folks. It's just having the will to win, knowing you need to be consistent every day. If you want to reap the benefits and rewards of this compensation plan, a life-changing compensation plan. So where is your vision? Are you treating this like a real business, or are you treating this like a hobby? And then when you have all of those factors, or a little part of all those factors, what are you willing to do, right? Because in life and in this business, when we give that extra 10%, it separates us from the average person in this business. You're going to see people coming out of the woodwork, running the ranks, opening up more vaults of income in the level pay, running to the partner pool. Once you get to that partner pool, whether it takes you 6 months or 3 years, your life has changed forever. You're in something that's going to grow and grow, that you're a part of, that's going to change your life and your family's life. So, Julius, I mean, I look at all the things and all the failures that I had, and I know we spoke, and the failures you had, but a strong person don't stop, right? And don't want to be in the world of complacency, following the flow of traffic. But a strong person is willing to go against the flow of traffic, right? And create other people to follow. So how was your weekend, Julius?
Man, Big John, you threw some big points out there, but we got to stay with the whole vibration. And I remember, the more I had $1 million mentors, all the big mentors I've had, they all would talk about how it's important that you understand your vibration, how you're showing up every day in the world. And I used to, I was young, and I would never forget going to Texas to one of the top leaders, and I stayed at his house, and I'll never forget, he would get up in the morning, he'd be sitting out on his back porch, similar to how you do, Big John, and he would sit there and he's listening to stuff, and he says, Julius, you better understand that your power is in the energy you put out. And if you don't take control of that energy every single morning, something will take control of you. And I started to learn that multimillionaires, billionaires intentionally start their day making sure that they know where their energy is. And you talk about vibration, but that's your superpower, right? And when I began to learn that you don't become a multimillionaire just because, it's because you intentionally make sure that you're prepared to go out and literally take over the day. And it's not a soft world out here. And we build our business getting caught up in my dad used to getting caught up in the thick of thin things, right? We get caught up in somebody saying no. We get caught up in that, and we don't get prepared to attack the day. It doesn't matter. And so call after call, 3-way after 3-way, that's that effort that people don't see, but everybody wants to be at the Super Bowl, right? And that's what I'm saying is that, you know, every day when I wake up, I'm sitting here, okay, how am I going to make sure I win today? And that's really what it comes down to. Success is not hard. It's not complex. You know, in this business, it literally is every day getting up, making it clear what you're going to do. And we talked over the weekend, and you and I talk about your schedule, looking at schedules and what states and where we're going to be at and everything else. And I sat down. I said, okay, what's the plan for the next 30 days? Because I control it. Each person on the call controls it. You say getting up, getting 10 customers in, getting up, getting 10 new EAs in. It's getting up, determining that I am going to win, and I'm going to win every day intentionally. And that's the part that, I wish people understood. I think when you've had success, you literally can almost predict how to get there, right? And for a lot of people here on the call, if you've not had success before, if you've not won big, if you've not been able to go and see what it's like, the first thing I'm going to tell you, follow the people who have. Do what they do. Mimic what they do. If we're getting a call and we're telling you that, if Big John and me are getting up in the morning, listening to Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, if we're in the morning getting up, doing declarations and getting our minds prepared for something, it's because, especially as an athlete, if you were an athlete before games, I played football, and I'll tell you, before games, many times you're going to I call it the zone, right? The zone is a place where literally you are preparing your mind to be at your highest level of performance. And Big John, I know you got some stories there when you play golf. Even when you play golf and you go out to play golf, you literally are visualizing every activity and swing and how you're going to be successful because you want to win. Winning is the only thing you're thinking about, so you prepare for it. Life is no different. This business is no different. So when you see what the people who are being successful are doing, you follow it, you duplicate it until you can begin to grow into a place to understand what success looks like. And so we're halfway through the year. We're more than halfway through the year, guys. And by December, some of you would have done some major things in this company. But it's about what we do every single day, getting up, every day getting your mind prepared, and don't get complacent. Don't get complacent. And I'm going to tell some of you, don't get complacent with where you're at. Sometimes complacency could be that, oh, I'm okay. I got a good check coming in from my job. Complacency can blow up success every single day. So duplicate what leaders are doing. And so, Big John, I want to jump to, we got a big call tonight, but I want to make sure people don't miss the fact that, I'm looking at it's July 24th. Before we know it, we're going to be talking about this November. What are you going to be doing through the rest of the year, Big John, so people understand how they don't get to Christmas and look back, man, what happened during the year? And yeah. I didn't say I was going to ask you this question, but I said, and I want you to share because I know you. I mean, we talked about your schedule, and I was like, man, that's what it needs to look like, right? And I'm going to use this word. I'm going to use it really clear, guys. You got to be radical about your success. You got to be so freaking radical about it that you say there is nothing that will stop me, and it may not look what is comfortable to everybody else. But Big John, what are you going to be doing between now and the end of the year to make sure that you can look back on 2023 and you guys, you know how quick it'll go?
Well, yeah, Julius, I have my vision for the next year, which takes me off the golf course. I might play around the week, maybe not even that. My focus is 110% on this business and building teams, especially in these months where people are taking mental and physical vacations. I'm getting on a road with my wife, Kirk Karan's getting on a road with Trisha in his RV. We're hitting up for the whole Northeast for a month. We're on the road for a month out of our pockets. We're investing into ourselves and our teams. We know the value of gaining momentum now, because come September, folks, if you start putting your pedal to the metal right now, you're going to be a very happy camper. So my next 12 months, Julius, my airplane is full throttle. I understand the value of getting momentum, making it to the top. And the only way you get to the top is by building leaders, working with those leaders. And I want to bring somebody on. I think he's on the call. Julius, you got the pleasure of meeting this gentleman from Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
He's basically like nobody I've ever met in business. His name is Jack Claw. And, you know, the top leaders are surrounding ourselves with him. And the one thing Jack Claw said to me, I said, "Are you coachable, Jack? I know you're a powerful man. He's given 3,500 seminars in his lifetime. He was a Wall Street executive, broke every record on Wall Street. And Jack, if you can unmute yourself, you've only been in the business for about 4 days. You're flipping the cards and working the system like you've been in the business for 20 years. So, Jack, can you come on and share a few words of your early experience in this business?"
John is the man. Can I say more? John helped. So far has helped it. We're batting 1,000 right this second, and he is just a force to be reckoned with. And you know, for me, I had the pleasure of knowing several billionaires in my career, and one of them said, "Win every call, and you will win the day. Win the day, you'll win the week. Win the week, you win the month." And what I would tell anybody, and what I told people for 35 years on Wall Street, was never end your day without knowing exactly what you're going to do when you get up in the morning. And don't wake up in the morning and go, "Okay, let's see, what are we going to do today?" You go to, before you call it a night, before you call it a day, you know exactly where you're going tomorrow. You're going to know exactly who you're going to talk to. And John will testify to you. One of the first things I pressed him on, and Kurt, was, "So when you get up in the morning, what do you want to see happen today?" And I asked him that about 3 or 4 different ways. And, you know, so know what you're going to do when you wake up in the morning before you ever call it a day, and outwork everybody around you. I watch Formula One. I DVR it because it goes all over the world. And there is a little driver from Mexico. He's known as Checo Perez. And one thing they say about him is that he drives with his elbows out. And John was a basketball player. When you block out, first thing you do is you have your elbows out, right, John? And so make space around you and tear up your lane. And so what I would say is know what you're going to do tomorrow before you ever call it a day today, and outwork everybody around you. And if you do that, it makes up for a lot. I mean, you can fall short is if you know that what you're gonna do when you wake up, and you outwork everybody around you.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
Jack,
I would say.
Jack, how did you? I mean, it's music to a leader's ears when you said, "John, I don't want to recreate the wheel." And you know, sometimes it takes a lot of repeating yourself before you ingest and totally understand. How did you just right out of the gate calling? I call them monsters that you're bringing on a table, because you have a list that's probably as big as anybody that people respect you. How did you surrender to the process so quickly, Jack, and why?
Well, because I want to get there quick. And you know, you folks have been doing it. You folks have been doing it for a long time. And you don't need a bunch of creativity from somebody that doesn't even know what we're talking about. And let's face it, I don't have a clue. I woke up this morning and I thought, now, what exactly is it that we do? And but I'm going to learn it. And until I do, I'm going to outwork everybody around me. But for me, I just turned 65. Uh, I need to get there quick. I don't have a lot of choices, and so I can't. I don't have a 20-year glide path, and so I want to get there quick. And if you want to, just do what I do, and that is do what John says. And John, I was on a call with John the other night, 24 hours after I signed up. And what did David tell you? That I know lit your fire. You want me to prompt you?
No, you don't need to. I got a good
John?
recollection of that now. He
Yeah.
simply told me, he goes, David, Jack didn't tell me anything. Jack just said, I have an amazing opportunity. Are you open-minded to taking a look? He shared a 9-minute video. He wouldn't answer any questions. And we had a very high-level conversation. And he said, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I did it. All I did was step by step. Hey, listen, here's what John taught me. And Kirk, on a good call with Kirk and John, they said, look, just call them up, say, are you open to making some extra money? And, my career has evolved into commercial real estate mortgages. We provide financing for large commercial real estate deals. And, in the $100 million range. Well, let me tell you something. I've got the best deal of my life in hand, under advisement, and nobody will touch it because commercial real estate is dead. Everybody's scared to death of it. And so there's got to be an alternative path, an alternate pathway to get where it is you want to go. And so that's the pursuit. I'm 65. I need to make money. I need to make a living. I'm working for my grandchildren now, and I need to get there quick. And I want to see guys like John and Julius slap me on the back, preferably in Kauai, and say, "Nice work, nice work." So, it's all about keeping your elbows out right now. And so I'm happy to share anything I can. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to probably tell you what John would tell you, and that is call somebody up, say, you interested in making some extra money? These are tough times in our business. Are you interested in making some extra money? Well, yeah, who isn't? And say, well, I'm going to send you a 9-minute video. Just take a look at it. Exactly what they said. It would take me 40 or 45 minutes to explain it. You can watch this in 9 minutes and tell me when you can watch the video. Pin down a time. Don't send it. If they don't give you a time, don't send it. David Herzog, I did not send until he pinned down a time. And he stuck with it. We did it. And John got on the call right on cue, and we closed him. I mean, he's online and he may be on this call now.
Yeah,
But just do what John says.
Perfect job, Jack. Last question before we close out. I want to be mindful of everybody's time. And I love the culture. I love the culture of meeting everybody. That's why I travel the country, share my knowledge, my excitement, right? And that's what it's all about, being at a high level of vibration. I'm no different than anybody else. A lot of times I just want things more. I'm very competitive, and I understand how to discipline myself. Jack, I know you started writing your list. How many people are you going to compile on your list, your living document, your inventory?
Well, I have a database of people that know me that's probably exceeds 35,000. But the calls that we'll make immediately are probably in the 2 to 250 range.
Wow. You know what, Jack? Great job. I appreciate your friendship. I think we have a bright future. I think many people on this call have a bright future, and that's what I love, right? The more people we help get what they want, the quicker we get what we want. And you know what? We're gonna be coming down, filling rooms in Houston down there with you. I know you got people coming in from Dallas, Austin, the Woodlands, and I know you want to own Texas. So I appreciate you coming on.
Can I say one last thing to everybody?
Sure,
This is
sure.
to the group. Sometimes you just got to shut up. Sometimes you just got to listen. And I'm the worst at it because I have made my living talking. And sometimes you just got to be quiet and listen to people that know and let them guide you. Let them light the path that God has provided for you. And that's what I would leave you with. Just sometimes be quiet and do what they suggest because they know exactly what they're talking about. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for the platform, John. I appreciate it. I'm in mute now.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. So guys, Julius, why don't we tell everybody what tonight's announcement with Michael Falquist means? We're in the summertime. We're on the ground floor. We're not, like Michael said to me on the phone on Friday, John, we're in the first inning of a doubleheader. We're really that much on the ground floor. And so, I mean, who wins? Once you have the knowledge, once you have the will, the most passionate promoter wins, right?
That's it.
So if you want to build a big business, not everybody's going to do it. We sift and sort through people. We're only looking for people who are looking. So I would suggest, nobody has a boss in this business. If you want to set your stage, show this video to 5 people. It's not who you know, it's who they know. People say, I don't know anybody in Texas. Well, when I first started in the industry, I didn't know anybody in Texas. But I'll tell you damn straight, I'm going to find a lot of people in Texas. I'm going to find a lot of people in Ohio. I don't know anybody in Ohio. I find them through other people. So listen, we went a little bit over today. I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. Kirk and I are going to be putting out a schedule. We're hitting New York in 3 different areas. We're hitting Connecticut, Rhode Island with our good friend up there, New Hampshire with our good friends John and Mary Jane. We're hitting Cape Cod. We're hitting the whole market. I'm gone for a month, and I'm just putting my heart and knowledge out there, man.
That's awesome. Big John, I'm going to close it out, guys. I have the flyer up for tonight. We have a big launch tonight. And I want you to know that take a picture of it with your phone. Make sure you have people on. Call everybody you know that's in Texas. But tonight is our launch for the Texas market. And remember, you want to build a national business. Start locally, build nationally, guys. And tonight is going to be an exciting time. So get your folks on. Take a picture of this. We put it up on the Facebook pages. We put them up on the WhatsApp groups. And we'll see you all tonight, 8:00 p.m. Eastern, as we hear from our CEO, Michael Falquist. Have a good day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great call. Thanks, guys.
And we'll have this posted for all of you, the recording, in just a few minutes.
Thanks, guys.